Hello everyone, it is Becky here from Ivy's Corner and I am about to draw for you today a new tangle. If you are new to my channel, I run a business called Ivy's Corner, which is all to do with the Zentangle method. And in Zentangle, we draw beautiful patterns one line at a time, just to relax our busy brains and create some beautiful artwork while we are doing it. So you can find out more about the Zentangle method if it's new to you on my website, ivys-corner.com, and you can check out lots of different stuff that I have on there, including lots of information about the Zentangle method, what it is, where it came from. I've got a free introduction lesson, I've got beginners courses, next steps courses, and also a membership which you can investigate as well if you'd like to tangle with me regularly. But for now, I am going to be drawing a pattern for you, and the pattern I'm going to be drawing for you today is called Sedgling. Now this is a Zentangle headquarters pattern. It's a really nice organic pattern, and we're going to get straight into it really. So let's hop over to my desk and I will show you what we'll be doing today. So on my desk here I have my little mini tile. This is just a square tile that I've self-cut from a sketchbook. It's mixed media paper. I have a micron pen, a pencil, and a tortillon here with me as well. All of these are the tools that you need to create Zentangle patterns, and we are going to be diving straight in on this 2" by 2" tile. I'm going to move aside my pencil and tortillon for now, and I'm going to pick up my pen, and we are going to be drawing, as I said, the tangle Sedgling, which is a really nice organic pattern, and it's got lots of different ways you can use it. Before I actually start, I'm going to just quickly grab my pencil and just I'm not going to do a string to kind of give me a space to draw the pattern in, but I'm just going to do a kind of a loose line at the bottom here. That's going to be the base of where my sedgling is going to grow. Now you can draw sedgling in lots of different ways. You can grow it out from the outsides of a sort of a enclosed pencil line, but I'm going to just show you growing from kind of this base line here. And the way that we draw sedgling is to simply start on this line, or wherever you want to do in your space that you have available, and we're going to draw a little line that's going to kind of curve up. You can make this a straight line or a curved line, whatever you want to do. And this is going to be the basis of our stem of our sedgling. Now I'm going to aura this line, and auraing is in Zentangle is drawing alongside a line that already exists on the tile. So I'm going to then just follow around this line next to it with quite a fine band. So we've created this stem here, and I'm going to cap that off at the top. And sedgling is a little bit like other organic tangles that you might be familiar with, like pokeroot and pokeleaf or rixty, in the way that it grows from a stem. But it's also quite similar to the tangle Printemps, which you may be familiar with. It's one of the early tangles that you often learn in the Zentangle method. And so we're going to draw now a Printemps spiral around the top of our stem, and that's going to create a little kind of spiraling seed almost, or a spiraling flower. So we're going to take off from the top of our stem here and bring a line out a little. And then we're going to use what we call the hollowbore technique in Zentangle. So hollowboring is drawing behind something that already exists on the tile. So this stem here exists on our tile. We don't want to draw over the top of it, but we're going to draw a spiral that tucks behind this stem. So I've taken off from the top here and stopped when I've reached this stem here. I'm going to lift my pen and then continue to draw my spiral that's going to just stop every time it reaches the stem. Like so. It's going to come in here and I'll just tuck it in at the bottom. So it's a spiral attached to this little stem that we first drew. And that is essentially this pattern. So we can now start to draw these elsewhere on the tile. They can be thicker or thinner stems, and our spirals are simply going to grow from the top of these that we've drawn on a tile. And when we start drawing them, we can cross them over behind each other. So again, using the hollowbore technique, we can drop these different stems behind their neighbours as we start to grow them on this tile, taking our time and drawing these lovely spirals that disappear behind the other elements on the tile. And this is a fun tangle if you're doing something with a kind of a slightly botanical feel maybe. They kind of look like lollipops as well, which is a nice little touch. So there's lots of options for using this tangle, and you could grow it from the outside of a space into the centre, but there's loads of different ways that you can use it and adapt it, even as just a little small addition to a larger, more geometric tile. It would look really fun. And then when we come to shading, we can obviously add some more depth and dimension to this as well. I'm going to just do a couple more here. And you can see I'm just imagining where that line would go behind this other one that exists on the tile. Capping it off at the top and then drawing my spiral. And if you wanted to, you could start to experiment with different types of spirals. You could start to make them different sizes, some smaller, some larger. It's entirely up to you. One thing I think I'm going to just experiment with is just adding a little bit of weighting. So just making some of these lines a little bit thicker in a couple of places on our spiral, just to give it a little bit more weight in some locations. And it starts to just give everything a little bit more drama. So you're just following along those lines and adding a bit of weight to the spirals where they sit on the tile. I will add this to all of them, and then we can go about shading our tile. Your spirals don't have to all be in the same direction. A lot of mine are coming round the right, which is fine. You can do that way or to the left, or whichever works for you. But there is our sedgeling. I'm actually going to restate our baseline here as well. So there is our pen work. And now I'm going to grab my pencil and just add a little bit of shading. So the most obvious place to shade is anywhere where lines overlap or cross over, or things cross in front. So where you've drawn behind elements, that would be a good place to add shade initially. And also you can also add some here where these stems come out of the, let's call it the ground at the bottom. And then I'm going to add some shading just on the sides of these curves here, these spirals, with the weighting. And then finally you might like to add some where the stems come in front of these spirals too. And then with our tortillon, we can simply, just using a very light pressure, just soften the graphite that we've placed, and it starts to really bring these little plant-like forms to life. So this is just a super quick demonstration of this pattern. It's one I haven't seen used all that much in the world of Zentangle, to be honest. So perhaps it's a new one for you, perhaps it's new to your repertoire, and maybe you can use it in any tangling that you're going to be doing in the coming days. If you were drawing this on a different colour tile, you could also investigate what it would be like to add some white chalk pencil to the other side of these, just to kind of really add some shine to them. But that is a very basic and quick drawing of the Tangle Sedgling. I hope that was useful for you. If you did enjoy this video, please do hit the like button and click subscribe so you'll be notified when I release another video. I'm always posting lots of different videos all about the different tangles that Zentangle have released, and I'll be working my way through as many of them as I can. If you have any requests of tangles you'd like to see demonstrated, then do let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the free content on my YouTube channel, I would be super grateful if you would consider making a little donation to my Ko-fi page, buying me a virtual coffee. It really does help support me to create these videos for you so that I can keep lots of free content for you on YouTube. But thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you next time.